Hello, I'm just testing the sound. Hello. Okay, great. I'm just testing. All right, welcome to the stream. Perhaps there was some confusion about what time it actually is. I'm sorry about that. It is 7 at where I live. I don't know why it says this. Depends on which time zone, I guess. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the city builder. Let's see here. We're going to be looking at the city builder as it is, and just we're going to go through it and play it and see what happens. And then we're going to debug some things that I want to try to make the road builder itself a bit better. But let's see how it goes. Just try to click here. Okay, so we're starting by a map or green empty space. I can click tab, I can click some buttons. Okay. If I click one, I believe I can make a road. There we go. So I'll make 2 lanes and 2 roads. One road with 2 nodes and 2 lanes. There we go. And I believe I can snap to this if I start someplace. And if I do like this as well. Okay. And then I can, if I am close enough to a road, I can build a house. Let's just build one here and one here. And we see that there are some families moving into the houses. That's pretty cool in itself. But what we want to do is we want to add some extra features to these roads so that they can use them and benefit from using them. Let's just do something like this perhaps. So it looks like there might be some issues with these roads and lanes already. But we will see. We will look into how we're building the roads now and then how we perhaps want to change things up. So I have perhaps made some changes since the last video, but I hope that we can catch up with everything. Okay, so we have these actions, and we have this action road builder. Let's try to see how that one works. Okay, left pressed. I assume it might be in here. Okay. So first of all, not a lot of comments. Okay, wait. We have some issues here. So we have see if intersection. Right. We have snapping. This says create nodes. Okay. Okay, so there is some. So we are doing a lot of work if we have intersection, but what if we don't have intersections? Let's go down here. We just build the road as it is, and we push it to the net to the network. Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense, right? So the first thing I want to do is I want to show on the graphical user interface when we have when we have a start node that we already that already exists. So let's try and see here. Action handler here is here where we press these rows. So we build road. Current action is build road. Okay. Okay. Let's try and see here. I believe this is what we are doing here. Why is this commented? Uncomment. Let's try draw set color as let's just make it yellow, and let's just make it a bit bigger because I don't know how big. I want to make this perhaps a tiny bit. No, but let's just see how this is. Okay, so that doesn't work. We have a start node that is not set before we're reading it. Oh, there's well, that's pretty good. Good place to start. Let's try something again. So now it looks like this. Snapping threshold not set. Okay. So how close is it before we have to snap? Well, we can try and see what it is in the road builder. So here it is created, right? If here is 48. Okay, great. Let's go back to the, it was in here, exactly, 48. So is there anything else? No. Good. Let's try again and see. Okay, so now it does the thing that we wanted to do. Okay. And let's try to see how many nodes do exist there now. There exists, it says there exists 6 nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4. It only exists 4. Okay, so it looks, you can see in down here looks, there's some weird stuff here. That's not what we want. Okay, so let's try to go back again to the drawing board with the road builders here. Okay, so let's open all these as himself. I cannot spell for some reason. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to set this up again. Let's just look again one time here. Okay, so it says something there, right? Let me just have a look now. It says there's 4 nodes, and that's not good. So let's try again. Go in here. let's try and see what happens when we. So so we know. So we know that we need the starting node regardless of if it's intersection or anything else. So we have copied code here actually, right? I would say why do not we not just do like this? Yes. So we have snapping end, and then we can also have snapping start. Why not? Yeah. And then stop snap node. Yeah. So all of this we can now delete. So important. Yes, and then the same down here, right? So here we just create this road with start node and end node. And so, okay, so I believe that the problem is that the create road, it might do too much now. Does it create any nodes? No, it pushes the nodes, into them again. So there's no need for that. Let's try and see. Okay. No. These nodes. They should just not be pushed inside of this function. We lose a bit of control there. So let's try and see again. I think we should just push them already up here, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to make the road already here. Okay, array push this start node, right? And what is this nodes? New road. Oh. So, oh my God, that was a mistake. That's actually unnecessary, but okay. So with a new road, we're setting those. We're just creating a road. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. That was a bit of a brain fart. So we have that. Okay. Let me just try run it again. Okay. Yeah, and then this. So okay, we can do this and we can do that. Okay, that's 3 nodes, 2 roads and 4 lanes. That's good. Let's try and see here. Okay, that's now I believe, yeah, now it has created 2 nodes here. Okay. So we are using this road network. Okay. So we have this road network that we're pushing these roads onto. We have basically what we have right now is a problem with this intersection phase, right? So sometimes it looks like instead of so it does not fully understand when we build like this always. So you see here now it counts this as a problem. Right? It does it. It actually does it finally when it's just like this. Let's try and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of these notes are good, right? That's pretty cool. Let's try and see there. 8. So now it's a problem. Why? You can do it with 1, but when there's more than 1 in this on the same note, it becomes a problem. Let's try to. Let me just try to do it again because I want to see if there's anything in terms of this. Let's do it like this. So there it can do it, but I think it's as soon as we have this red thing here, then we start to get a problem. That does not matter then if we have snapping to this node. So we should just, there we go. You can see how this works, all right? So we need to stop. We need to stop after any of this has been made. So it was because I believe that there was a node network in total, but maybe that I removed that or I didn't implement it because it was redundant. It was too much code. Which I agree with, I guess. So we can recreate a road between 2 nodes. I believe there's some issues here. Right. snapping end. Perhaps this is actually redundant. Let's try. Snap node. Let me make the start snap node here. Yeah, exactly. So we don't create the start node until we click again with the road. That also makes sense. Okay, let's see here. They created. Let me check this. So the problem is that it should. I want to decrease the threshold for when it snaps, and then I want it to. Then I want it to end more consistently. Yeah, I mean, I think this is better. And then let's see here in snap node, snapping threshold, and here there's 48. Let's just see if this makes a difference. I just didn't like the way we did it before. So this works, but if I do like this, then it overrides still, I believe. Yeah, you see here, that's not how it's supposed to be. And that's the issue. So we did not fix it, but just doing that. If in snap node, and then here we don't want to do that. That makes sense. We can try and see what happens, what actually is written down here. So if it's the same, that's the issue. So okay, so and I want to see here again. What if we do like this? That is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, can we do it like this? Is the question. It says yes. We create many nodes now. It's not. Yeah, there's a lot of nodes inside here. So there are some issues with the snapping in general. I see. I see. Let me try and think about it for a moment here. So this entire collision thing, we might have to redo. But what if I just do like this? Again, it creates too many nodes. Okay, I see. So I think we should define different kinds of intersections when we create the nodes. Yeah. So we can just say right here. Again, preconditions. Create start node if needed. Maybe detect or create start node. Yes. Okay, good. But that's this here. Okay, good. Then we create the end node. We create the end node as well. Okay. Otherwise, yeah. So that's another precondition, right? So precondition, condition. Okay, very good. I actually would like it to have this outside. This is that it makes it more chaotic like this. We can just wrap this one around as well, just for niceness. And then we put it here. So we can say here if end node is equal to start node, then this happens. Okay. Precondition is house intersection. I would see, is it not possible to keep this up? Perhaps not. Whatever. A road not allowed to intersect with houses. Okay, very good. Yeah, so they destroy themselves and then very good. Now we come back into this huge situation here with the splitting nodes, splitting roads, and this is where we have to go to work. So we start by seeing if intersection point count is equal to 1. Like assume that we calculate this somewhere in here. Then I'm going to look at if it's intersection, what it's going to draw. So if there's exactly 1, it's going to be going to also do like this. If there's exactly 1, it's going to be red. We're going to up here, we're going to say instead of minus, we're going to say this. We're going to say this as well. And we're going to just say string intersection points like that. Now we should be able to see a little bit better what it, yeah. So it's important that we don't collide when we make this. But again, see the problem is that this in itself would be fine. I could remove this, but what if we have something like this, right? This situation. So we don't want to disregard the facts or like something like this even. This would actually work, funnily enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes. Because there was no issues with the intersection. So the intersection is where all the trouble is occurring. And I want to disregard intersection points if the intersection point are in this node. That's actually a pretty good condition. So if the intersection, I'm going to write it down. If intersection node has, if the intersection roads are in the end nodes, disregard them. Okay, so we can have two different conditions or two different counters. So we can have intersection points count. Okay, and let's just trust that intersection points count does it perfectly for now. Then we're gonna have make something else. We're gonna call split points count. Let's just write it in the same way. I'm just gonna set it to 0. Okay. So what we can try and do before we use the split points is to just say if intersection points count is equal to 1, and that only one is also part of that intersection, right? If that if it has a node, if it's in that node's collection of roads. That's a weird ass description. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we have an intersection node. We find that intersection node, and then we have the collision road here, right? Um, and so we want to say if end snap node is not equal to -1, like up there. And then let me look inside the, so we have nodes, they have no they have no variables. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Then let's look into the road network graphs. It's just a collection. Okay, fine. Okay, I was looking into making a different script called intersection roads at some point, split roads. That's I think it would be cool, and I think it is actually necessary that the roads have a collection of roads. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. And then we should add every time there's some road to it, because then otherwise we cannot do the thing I just wanted to do, and we cannot do probably some later checks as well. So we have the roads as a thing, and then when we build this road, right? Yeah, so in here we should create and then add them add dot. Let's see here. I don't know how to list. Array push. It's just array push. And we're not going to actually do this here. We're going to do it down here. And okay, we'll just copy this structure. Perhaps this is for good reason. I'm effectively talking about this, even though I know I wrote this at some point, but I'm effectively talking about this as if somebody else wrote it, because it's been a long time, and I wanted to get back on this in this kind of way. So let's try see here. We're just gonna push it like this, yeah. And now we can then we got the road builder. When we create, we can check this contains. So if array, we can check if this rows, and it contains the value of the collision road, right? And we assume that this is also 1 because of the way we calculated it. Yeah, there we go. We see it here. Very good. Okay, awesome. So now we see is this the case? Then we do like this, okay? And then we just say if this is directly equal to 1, excuse me, there we go. And then we perform the rest here. Only perform the split times is valid. Let's just say that for now because yeah, let's just get out of that one. Excuse me. Okay, so we set this. Let me just set to like this. And reset count. Yeah. Um, we set it to 1 immediately. Okay. And then under only this condition, it will be set back to 0. And so if these are in, I'm curious. I'm curious if this works. I think it actually might work. Let's see. Okay, not there. There it works smoothly. So now we are trying to just do like this. So we can do that, and we can do the other thing. I would like for it to be able to snap directly to this road here. But I could just do like this. And how many? That would be created an extra node there as well. That's very annoying. But I can do like this. And they can split in some ways. So that's nice. And that's why I don't want to like redo everything. And I don't think there's any need to. It's just because there's so many issues at the same time, making it quite difficult to go through properly. I mean, I guess we can just do this like this one. I'll just see, is that enough for it to? There's definitely something that's not. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay. Then we can do it. Actually, we should do like this. Ah, wait a minute. That's. I think we can actually. Oh, without doing all that stuff, we can move this. Hmm. And then I would like for this. Yeah. Hmm. Or we should. Perhaps we should just take this. And Yeah, we can actually just say if I now here, yeah, that's fine. I don't wanna, okay. Right. Yeah, so actually, maybe this is better. Just having it like that, like this. Yeah, let's just, there we go. So we just have, instead of this, and then all of this. So we should, yeah. So for now, that's like that. Okay, so okay, yeah. And now we see the problem here, right? So we don't want to lose these features, because they actually work. We only want them when it's actually valid, right? So we can just do like this. And we can say section node. And we can just define these outside the scope with this one as well. Okay. Then we don't. Okay. See where I'm going with this? I'm trying to isolate every single incident here as much as possible without them being relying too much on each other. So if intersection point is valid. And so we are pushing it there, we're pushing it here, there. I don't think it's working right now, but let me just see. Okay, that was possible actually. Okay. It's still okay, but it's not bugging out completely. Okay. Yeah, well, we need the nodes to know how many they contain. Let me. No, we cannot do that. Right now we're just having these IDs. Right. Yeah, it just returns the. This one creates. Oh, here we can see this one actually should not be there. Perhaps that is the issue. And we don't even need it until over here regardless. So perhaps this one can be declared here. See, yeah. Okay. Okay, so now it's doing both. Very interesting. Very interesting. So let's see here. Is it determined in here? Let's see again here. So it would be cool if we could if it was colliding right here, then it would collide with this node instead. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See how this works nicely. It says it has 2 collision points. How or why? I don't know. It doesn't even make a note there. Okay, very interesting. So it's definitely possible. I want to draw let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So it seems, yes. Okay, so now it does that, but because it thinks Let me just try to look at this. So we can do like that. Now it works. Yes. Okay. Even though there's a connection there, it still only connects to this. Okay, great. So that was actually what I really wanted to have happen. Okay. Um, yeah, then there are some issues with this because I believe it should not be drawn like that. I believe it should be. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, so you can see how we can create roads without any issue now. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, sometimes it doesn't want to exit the mechanism properly. I guess it's because of this here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, awesome. So now, as you can see, but see, this is going to be a problem here because now you can see if I do like this, it completely disregards this, right? Yeah, okay, so there's a bunch of issues with these. Okay, I mean, because now I removed this, but this this will be it for now. We did a trial stream here, seeing if this even works, and then the goal would be then to cut down all the progress into a shorter video for people to watch. But then, if anybody wants, they can watch this boring long format, and I will, of course, update you very soon. Thank you for participating today.